Hello. Hello, everybody. Okay, it's time. Like, tag, and share. Let's go. Let them know we're on. It's time for the Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show. I'm excited. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Yes. So come on in, like, tag, and share. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the notification bell, subscribe to our channel so you can stay connected. It's Sunday. And yes, our guest, Taz, she's in the building and we're ready. We're excited. Come on. And no, we don't own the rights to this music, but we do own the rights to the movement. Yes. Come on, let's go. This is a good place for you to get excited about today. Here you go. Big. Come on, one more time. One more time. It's going to be big. Hello, you guys, and welcome to the Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show. I'm your host, Nikki A. Kaiser. I'm so excited about seeing you today. Do me a favor, go on and like, tag, and share the video. Let's go ahead on and bring our friends in. I am super excited about today. It's Sunday, and yes, it is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you had an amazing Sunday service today, or whatever it is that you did amazing today on your Sunday. I hope you really, truly did enjoy it. So, you guys, we have Miss Taz Stansberry is in the building. And today she's ready to talk. So, if you guys don't know who Taz is, let me introduce you to our amazing Taz. And why I'm saying our is because once you get to meet this young lady and once you get an opportunity to hear her amazing story and how glammy she is in business, entrepreneurship, momming, and also, she has some fun things to tell you guys about what she does in her writing life, in her building wealth life. So, Taz is just that girl that you really, truly, honestly want to get to know and really, really, honestly connect with. And not only that, she's my glam squad lady. Yes, so when you guys see me with those beautiful faces, when you see my hair in those wonderful styles, yeah, Taz did me. Taz did get that. So I'm super excited about sharing her today. And so she's going to be able to give you guys some of the beauty tips and everything. But we're not going to delay and prolong too much more. I do want to definitely make sure I tell you guys, thank you to Elite Professional Services for all that you do. Thank you for supporting and sponsoring us here at the Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show. J&A Robinson, J&A Services. Thank you guys so much for being our amazing sponsors as well. The North Forest Bulldogs Youth Sports Organization. Thank you guys as well as being our sponsors here at the Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show. You too can get a sponsorship here. All you got to do is inbox us at the Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show email, which would be simply her movement@gmail.com. That's all you got to do. And let us know that you would like to be a part of the You Got Plugged, You Got Plugged, You Got Plugged, the plug advertisement in the famous words of Mimi. So again, you guys, thank you so much. Opportunity is here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get excited, get ready for our amazing guest today. Miss Taz Stansberry is in the building. Yes. Okay, Taz, hold on. I think I did something. I think I muted. There we go. Taz.
Yes, Miss Nikki. Thank you so much.
Hello, Taz.
Thank
Ladies
you
and
so
gentlemen,
much.
there she is. She's here with us today. Taz is in the building. Okay, Taz, go ahead on and do what you got to do. Introduce yourself. While you're introducing yourself, I too am going to follow the rules and I'm going to like, tag, and share so we can get our friends in. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I am, as Miss Nikki stated, Taz Stansberry. I am hers. I am yours. I am whoever I need to be the connection or the empowering person, the ear that you need, the shoulder that you need. I am her. I love supporting people. I love getting involved in empowering situations and movements such as Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for that warm, wonderful, amazing welcome.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't have it no other way because, again, I mean, it's the truth. You can only speak the truth over here now. You know, we raw, uncut, and truthful around here. And
Trust me,
so
I
we can only
warned
speak the
my
truth.
audience. I warned the audience on my live that I said it's no telling what Miss Nikki might say. We never know where the conversation is going to go, but
Never know.
one thing for sure is it's going to end on a positive note. That's what I do.
Absolutely. 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 Definitely that because, again, we're real. And again, that's what it's about. It's about providing a real program. What's going on, Miss Darlene? How are you, girl?
Hey,
Baby, listen,
Darlene.
big shouts out to Miss Darlene. Miss Darlene over there, baby. She is really killing the game, honey.
Live.
Graduating, creating new businesses. We are loving that girl power movement right there,
Yes,
girl. Yes.
yes.
And
Look at this
so,
powerful
and
group.
big shouts out to her in her endeavors to make sure that the mothers have that formula. Now, you know
Yes,
me, Taz, I'm
yes,
old school. I give those babies pet milk. So, I'm old school.
yes.
So formula wouldn't have been my issue if I had a little baby. We'll be doing old school evaporated milk, putting it together. But that's a whole nother situation. Hey, Sonya, what's going on? Sonya Spells, baby, have you met the bag lady? See, the ladies are coming in tonight. Sonya Spells is the bag lady. And girl, she has some amazing, amazing things. Now, Sonya won't let me purchase from her because she says that I'm always giving stuff away. I don't believe that, Taz. We're gonna have to, partner in together so you can give me some of them bags you got. I'm gonna have to just give you my money to buy my stuff because she won't let me, she won't let me buy nothing from her. So,
We're gonna talk about that today too, about supporting us. Okay,
yeah,
so where there's a blessing and support, okay, we're receiving. It's a spirit. It's a season for receiving. Okay, Sonya, you
okay.
better receive those blessings.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because she won't let me bless her because she's such an amazing person. Like she
That's
supports what we do here at Simply Her movement too. I mean, it's not one thing that her and her husband, Mr. Maine, they will come. Look, see,
okay.
see, there it goes. Somebody, Nikki give us stuff away. I'm not gonna give it away. Not right the first day. I'll hold it at least a day. But yeah, that's what it's about. So Taz,
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
jump into this conversation. Today, we want to talk to the people about knowledge of wealth, building. You and I, we have these conversations about how we build, how we're really wanting people to become knowledgeable about wealth, how we want people really seriously. I mean, I have literally watched you um, grow to so many endeavors. Like I put on there, I said she teaches you how to promote. She knows how to do marketing strategies. She knows how to get the funds to you. Like you really seriously have that entrepreneur spirit that is so resonated deep inside of you. And it's like you just don't quit. Even with adversities or something that comes up in your life, it's like you take a licking and keep on quit and ticking time X. So talk to the people. Let's talk about the wealth because that's something that again that money conversation is something that people really truly honestly need to have a conversation about. So let's go on and talk about it. Let's talk about the money wealth. Tell me what you're doing with this money wealth. Give me some knowledge. And also when I say give me some knowledge, because I'm listening today, I'm learning and I'm listening, and I hope everybody is taking notes too. So let's talk. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
she is. She's a makeup artist. That's right, Darlene. She's your makeup artist. Okay. We share her. We
Uh-oh.
share her. We share her.
Sharing is caring.
See? You see what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, once you get to know Taz, it's like you're not gonna want to just do, and that's something that we need to talk about, the wealth of that, because here it is. Most people would think that, oh, you're just in one place of beauty. But no, ma'am, there's like so many things to it. So let's talk about that wealth.
Okay, so I think this is a subject that a lot of us really aren't comfortable, just being involved in on a regular basis. When I think about the subject of wealth, um, I think that we need to normalize, discussing in reality where we are. Where
Mm,
are you currently? Measuring where you are and where you're trying to be in the, short term goals, mid-term goals, long-term goals. These are things that we need to normalize and be comfortable with talking about. I think in today's society, we are wrapped up in glamorous things. And yes, I do love glam. I love glam. So that is a part of who I am. But I do believe that there are ways to categorize parts of your life and things that you're interested in. And
right.
so having fun and being glamorous and dressing up, that's all a part of that, growing up. I have a 4-year old. She likes to dress up. She loves to put on lipstick in the mirror when she sees me getting dressed. It's a part of that dainty little girl behavior that we
Hmm.
want to be beautiful and we want to be a princess. We want to be a queen and we want to wear the tiara and we want to step out and be glam.
Yes.
Okay. But as you grow older and as you understand that there's more things to life than just simply being beautiful, you
Mm,
have to you have to open your mind up to other things. You have to understand, first of all, as I mentioned before, goal setting. Where am I trying to be within the next 1 to 3 years?
yeah.
Is it all about glam? Okay, that's not even a problem. Because if it is, there's a goal for there's a formula for that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? You can focus on the glam if that's already within you and bring it out. Go to school for it. Become a
Absolutely.
professional makeup artist. Become a hairstylist. Become a a fashion designer. Become whatever it is that's within you that you are so passionate about and monetize it. Figure
Yeah.
out a way to monetize your gifts and things that you hold a natural interest and craft in. That way you'll love what you're doing for the long term.
So is there a time frame on that monetizing it? Because um, of course in the business of beauty that you're doing, you do the hair, like Darlene said, you do the hair, you do the makeup, you do, and you don't just do this, but you also make sure that you empower people on how this should be done, right? But doing the hair and everything, the makeup, in this generation today, they want to start being a makeup artist today. Um, but tomorrow they want to be the celebrity makeup artist and go from charging $10 to $50,000 in a day. So let's get some real, that's how they feel it. And I'm like, I love the ambition of that, but baby, you got to also put some skin in the game too, some time in. So let's talk about that as far as real live time framing, real reality with people, because as well as I know, so many get quick rich schemes are out here. So let's talk real reality of what does these time frames look like.
That's a very controversial discussion because we always wonder how, okay, well, such and such, you measure your success by the next person's
Hey,
success.
brother. Hmm.
And so you see somebody do it in under a year, so you feel like you can do it in under a year. But what I like to add to that is that you don't know what type of work ethic this person has, behind closed doors. You don't know if they're the ones that stand up to the wee hours of the morning marketing their gifts and talents and products and services. You
Yeah,
don't really know what all type of work they're putting in because you don't see it. That what the eyes don't see, you know. So it's very possible to excel in status or in business wise in these certain areas depending on what you put in.
absolutely.
People make it look easy and it's really
Oh,
it could be very difficult.
girl,
It's
they make it look so easy, like really
right.
easy. Like, Like really, really, truly. Yeah, just absolutely. Hey, what's going on, JNA? What's going on, brother? Like seriously, yeah, the cries, the downs, absolutely, Darlene. Because you're saying that and and Taz, like, let's talk about. I remember because me and Taz, let me give you backstory. Taz and I connected through her daughter, Zaza. That's my baby. And when Taz brought Zaza to me, she was a go getter, ready, promoting and helping and pushing like the big dream of making sure that your nightlife was going to be fun. You were going to have fun at the club. You're going to have fun at the party. Like that was her big thing. And so I saw you work and I really saw you work. I saw you working wee hours of the night, coming in, bringing her in, leaving because I had a late night center, so
Mhm.
it worked for you. But I saw you, you were there, and it was literally like you was just like keep going, and then we had conversations. So to someone like myself, it looked like, oh, this girl just, she just partying before I got a chance to hear your story. So let's
Yeah.
talk about that part of that judgment zone, because I'll be the person to say I'm thinking, girl, this girl just partying because Lord
No.
Jesus, she don't look like she done been to work. That.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because as a young woman, and as you mentioned, that was some time ago. And as a young woman, a young single mother, with a 1 year old child,
Yeah.
that is trying to do whatever you can to survive and keep your head above water without requesting handouts, without,
Hmm.
dropping. Because if you think about it, some people do that and just drop their kids off at the relative or friend house and be out hanging out and doing whatever they do. They do that. But me taking the responsibility that I knew that I had, I knew
Hmm.
that if I was going to be trying to excel in an area that involved nightlife, that I also had to accept the responsibility of providing care, child care,
Yeah.
not just any type of child care, a professional child care facility where, that was available to me and that was going to cost. I knew
Yeah.
that. And I wanted my
Yeah.
child to be safe. And it was not all about fun. You
Yeah.
know, Coming from, a background of, uh, I guess, always being in the light, always either being in music videos or being
Yeah.
photography, taking, photo shoots and being on sets and things like that. That's stuff that I had been doing from out of college,
Yeah.
so I was already in that area.
Yeah.
And we see other celebrities that are live their daily lives like this. Not saying that I ever made it to celebrity status because I did not, and that's not the goal that I had either. But I found comfort in that arena because I looked at it as marketing and
Yeah.
building, and that's what my background was in educational wise, business management and marketing and advertising.
Yes. Multi-talented. Yes.
So, out of college, I developed a publication, a bilingual publication that required me being in the nightlife. You
Yeah.
know, it was for young socialites of mixed urban communities. So, being in that straight out of college, I kind of always been in that position. So, struggling to be a new mother and find a new uh, career,
Yeah.
I always was drawn back to what I was comfortable with. And
And I
so,
love it. I
and
love
so
it because right there, because I remember the day you came in the office. I think I got on to you. Oh my God. I think I had gotten on to you one day, and child, you just came in the office. You was like, "Look, Miss Nikki," and you just broke down in tears. And I was like, "Oh, here's the tissue."
You need a
I was
tissue for
like,
your
okay.
issue, darling.
And I told the teacher who has Zaza, because me and the teacher was standing there in the doorway just talking. We just having our conversation. And when you came in, I told the teacher, I said, um, take Zai back in the room for me, close the door. And we had to have a conversation. And so, and that's what it's about. Like, you got to be able to break down your story. You got to be able to break down how you got here because just as what you said, somebody would look at the factors of, oh, she's out in nightlife. Oh, I'll use Darlene as an example. She has multiple businesses. She's really truly building generational, wealth legacy for her family and building more. But someone would say, oh, she got this every week. She's building something. Well, if you're breaking down your story and sharing your story, like what you just said. No, this is something that came natural to me because in college, this is what my major was. So why would I not, be able to go and market and help people and grab people in and really, really have them in a space and everything. But the other side of me was I'm a single mother who needs to provide and don't use my family resources, you know, as the connector there. So I think that is very important. Let's
Yeah,
talk about that task. Let's talk about right in there about how really truly you bridge that gap of being a single parent who had to really truly who have to work, to that degree. Because there are some
absolutely.
single parents now that are still trying to figure it through, like, what do I do? How do I really seriously make this decision to say, I'm going to step out on my own and do it? So, how to help right there.
So, even during that time, because that was still the same, era where I'm out here being, I'm a nightlife promoter at the club, and I was going to school at that time still. I was enrolled in school. I was still being as productive as I can be. Um, but I never forgot the vision that I had. I
Yeah,
never forgot the goal that I had in mind. Like I said, anytime you're going to do something, you're going to need to figure out the short term goal. And so I was within the arena of my short term goal. And so,
hmm,
as when setting goals, you also have to be, have those personal characteristics that goes along with it because no matter how much pushback I got, whether it was from someone such as yourself or whether it was from a family who didn't understand why I was doing all this stuff. It's easy on the outside looking in to
absolutely.
judge, but at the end of the day, I could have looked at 100 other single mothers and seen the ways that they were doing it.
Which was unsafe because again,
I mean,
I had a lot of single moms, and me being a single mom myself, it was like I drew in the single moms that worked, that really truly, and it was like a collective group of you ladies who really seriously worked, and they were not. Some were not just as productive and proactive, like you said, goal mindset as
mhm.
you were. So yeah, definitely.
Right. So if I'm not mistaken, that was back in 2010,
It
11,
was
12 ish.
10 and 11. Yes, ma'am.
So I had that same moment, I had a goal of owning a salon at that
Yes.
time. So I was out here trying to make sure that and I didn't have the best transportation, most reliable transportation in the
Hmm.
world either. So
Yep.
here I am trying to juggle all of this stuff, a new mom, trying to, after completing my undergrad, we all think that the doors are just going to fly open for you,
Yeah.
like the job angel is hovering over is hovering over your shoulders, like, "Ah," and
Right.
then you have your six-figure job just waiting for you when you show them your certificate. So that was the farthest from the truth. If I
Yes, you
will
did.
say, if I
Right.
will say, that was the first set on of reality for me that I'm going to have to do something different.
Yeah.
It's not working. I'm going to the interviews. You need experience. Oh, you don't have enough experience. I'm going to these corporate places with my suit on, with
Mm-hmm.
my pumps on that was less than attractive,
Right.
trying to look the part.
Right.
Okay. And if you're just not getting hired in those so-called areas that you're supposed to go into after getting your degree, then you have to start being open-minded and
Mhm.
figuring out a way. Miss Nikki, I've had to figure out a lot in my life.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, who gives me the strength and the knowledge and the ambition, determination. That's why I say all of this is coupled with character. You
Yeah.
have to have that, because some people have meltdowns and say, I just can't do this anymore. They
Oh,
start to neglect the child, and other things start happening after that. You can turn to drugs, or you can turn to whatever comforts you
oh,
best. So, and that's what I did not want. I
yeah.
wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be the example of the strong young mother. I didn't want to
Yeah.
just be another statistic that is just relying on child support
Yes.
to make a way for me, or government assistance and things like that. Although there was a point in time where I had to utilize what was available to me, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that was never a part of my short-term goals.
Because I
Okay.
remember that conversation too. I'm glad you said that. Like, oh my God, everybody that's joining in. This is Stansberry, and honey, we are talking about wealth, knowledge, and goals, and building yourself, entrepreneur, single parenting, and just covering it all, y'all. And y'all know she's part of my glam squad, right? This is the lady that's responsible for all those beautiful beats and things. Yes, ma'am. So, Taz, let's talk about that, because right then and there, where I noticed how we grew with time, and once we had that conversation, and you were able to, to feel like, okay, I'm at my side with this. Let me just tell her what my situation is. We were able
Mhm.
to really seriously start building there. And it was like, okay, well, let me give a resource to whatever it is. And I remember when I presented to you about neighborhood centers, and you were like, I'm not interested in it. And I said, honey, let me explain. Let me tell you why you need this.
Yeah.
And I think when I shared my story to let you know, because you was like, I don't want that because and I was like, let me explain, baby. I had it, and this is why, and this is why, and this is why, and this is why. And I think he was like, well, I guess if you give me the application, I'll fill it out.
We
Because
all,
I understood. Look, listen,
we
I
perish due to the
understood.
lack of knowledge. Do we agree?
Yeah,
We perish due to the lack of knowledge. So I couldn't
yeah,
thank you enough. It was almost like you saved me
yeah.
in a way, because I was going so hard to try to figure things out. And sometimes you can do that and the answer will be right there. But
Listen,
I was a new
baby,
mother.
I
I
talk
was a
about your
new
story
mother.
all the time. I'm going to expose you today. I talked about the time you brought me that change. I say, baby, I had a parent who paid up tuition and change one time.
Hey, you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah,
Okay? And that's one thing that life had taught me, is that as a
yes,
new mother, you learn about a set of responsibility that is greater, far
yes,
greater than anything else in life. You never know when a child enters this world how responsible you become. That's
yes.
the natural motherhood kicks in, nurturing,
And,
and you
and right there, Taz, do you think that at that very moment you needed to be broken there so that you can then start receiving the knowledge or something there? Because how some people feel like they got it all at that point, and I'm talking about like they really got it figured out. Like I pay attention to how we talk, when we talk about millennials and how they now today, how they feel like they really truly honestly got it all planned out. But at that breaking right there, do you feel like as if somewhere in that breaking of I don't need but I do need, and I really now have my reality of need. Do you feel like that breaking there kind of put something there for you?
To be honest, I feel like, if you just don't know, you just don't know. I had never
Wow.
had to rely on it. But then again, I was a new mother, so you don't really know what type of resources are out there and as available to you.
Hmm.
And then, what I did, what I did know, because I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I just grew up so ambitious. I
Yeah.
grew up wanting this, greater, you
Yeah.
know, and so you set the expectations for your life. And so
Absolutely.
when hardship hits, you do what you know best. You work. There were
Mm.
times that I've had 3 jobs at a time.
Yeah.
And I found the gift that I had was braiding hair and you doing makeup and things like that. I capitalized on that. But as I said, once you bring a child into the world, it changes the whole game.
Yeah.
You know, that alone is a humbling situation.
Yeah.
You do what you have to do for your kids, and that I've been a firm believer of that. And so I was grateful that you introduced me to something. I always kind of looked at the government assistance as they try to make it so hard for you. They
Yeah.
make it so hard to try to, do this and do that. And then the way that they outline it as if you are, you know, a parent that's not trying hard. You
Right.
know, it to me it kind of places, mothers or parents in a limelight as if they are not going out of their way or willing to, or you want to
Yeah.
do it the easy way. I never felt like that. I never felt like I wanted the easy stuff.
Yeah.
But so I never researched it. I just knew if you work, you make money.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
when you introduced me to that during a time where everything in my life was crumbling, the car was
Absolutely.
breaking down, the home, that I purchased was foreclosing.
Yeah.
It seemed like everything that I did and that I had was crumbling.
Yeah.
So during that time when you introduced me to these resources, I was like, you know what? I don't really have anything else it's beyond me at this point. It's
Yeah.
beyond what I want and what I, feel like I should be doing. I have to do this. I don't
Yeah.
have a choice. I'm doing it for my child.
And I think really truly when I think again it's about the, like you said, the presentation of those resources, and this is for any person who's watching that do resources and health and human services, social work that is. And it's about the presentation of how you are presenting these resources to families who have, because again, when you're going from a place of, like you said, I'm accustomed to working. So therefore, now you have me in a position of I'm a worker, but now I'm in the need of working, but I also need you to help support me as I work. And so it's about the resource presentation, telling the truth. When we talked about different things that when you went to find out about your services, they told you one story, but I was like, no, 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 Taz, go back and
Mhm.
matter of fact, let's get your casework on this phone because she's
Right.
telling you not XYZ. So it's about really truly making sure that you don't receive the first answer that they give you that you feel deep down inside your heart. I tell parents all the time, if you feel deep down in your heart that is not the real answer, don't go with that answer.
Hmm.
Always, never go with that answer. And so I love the fact that you're saying it to a place of where even though I had, but then I was in need of some help there, now I know where else I need to go and how I can use this resource. And I really believe that's what it is when we talk about knowledge of getting the information that's needed for wealth. And I think that too is where we go into this conversation, Taz, of how do we really seriously gravitate and pull people into the knowledge of the wealth? that's not even, that don't even know that it even exists, because again, like you said, it's not something that's at their front door, at their door at that time.
Mhm. Right. That's absolutely true. And you're right. The same applies. It's people who just are not aware. And if you're not aware of it, then it don't seem as important to you. Right. So
Mhm.
that's what I demonstrated, at that time, because I'm like, I've been this far without it. Why I need it now?
Right. Yeah.
I go
Yeah.
to work. So there's people with that same mindset and mentality when it comes to saving and investing money, or preparing for the future, or creating generational wealth. They've been doing it a certain way all this time. Their parents have been doing it a certain way all this time, and so many people have not been exposed to the results of it. We see people that it seems like wealth comes easy, or items and things that you acquire comes easy to you, but we don't know what people have done in order to get
Mm.
those things. And we don't know what their parents had set up for them in order to make it seem as easy to get them. So we're just in a world, we live in a world where social media makes everything glamorous, and everybody can just, exploit themselves to be whomever they think they want to be. Right, but it's not enough people on social media that's really breaking down these wealth building strategies to the degree to where people is so glamorous that people, I want to do that, I want to save, I want to be
Yeah.
able to set up these accounts for my cousins and daughters and sons and whoever that are younger and coming up. So we need to find a space, or find a way to make that a thing.
So how do we do it? Let's talk.
Well,
How do we
people,
introduce someone who only has $100 budget to take care of their full household, but they find $95 of that $100 budget to go and turn up? So how do we introduce this conversation of how you can build your wealth? How does that conversation look?
um, as far as you said, what do I do when I'm building
Yeah,
wealth?
how do we introduce, and especially in our culture. I've been black all my life. Everybody know that. So we I can only talk about who I know. We take $100 budget that we have. That's all we got. But we take 95 of those dollars and we find a way to go and party like a rock star. And when I say party like a rock star, whatever it is that we find to be important, that's what we focus to. So how do we have that financial money saving, investing conversation with someone who says, I don't really have much. I only have about $2.
Right. So the thing about investing is you can have a dollar, and as long as you know how to break that dollar down and ration it to, you know, go to certain areas and build with whatever you have left over, it may take longer, but if you can count nickels, you can count dimes, and if you can count dimes, you can count quarters, and then dollars, and so
Absolutely.
on and so forth. So we have to get out of the spirit of not understanding what saving looks like.
Hmm.
We have to start understanding that you may not get the instant gratification that you're looking for, that you're so accustomed to, because you think that if you're saving it somewhere, that you are give you that is no longer yours.
Mm.
It's still yours. You're not lacking it. You're just understanding how to grow it. You're understanding strategies, money growing strategies. And because it's not so fun, and because it's not,
Yeah.
it doesn't have red at the bottoms of it. Red,
Right. Right.
it just
Right.
doesn't seem that interesting. So what I believe will need to happen, and we none of us want this to happen, but this time that we're living in with this declining economy, people are going to have to hit rock bottom and feel it.
Ooh.
because naturally, even take the idea of investing and the
Ooh.
idea of saving, take all of that out the conversation, and just let's
Ooh.
talk about people who have to bump their head a million times before they learn harsh life lessons.
Mm.
So I want to know, and I have absolutely nothing against red bottoms. I don't own a pair, and I probably never will if my name is not
Yeah,
plastered
from
on
what
the
I understand, they hurt your feet. I used to want some, and when I found out they hurt your feet real bad, I'm like, no, I don't want none that hurt my feet. And this comes from people with very, very small feet.
front.
So,
Hey,
woo,
I don't care what kind of feet I have. I'm not spending that amount of money on a pair of shoes that I can't eat,
uh,
right? Or feed to my kids.
right. I get you. Hmm.
So, and if you would also understand that these people who are out here with these clothes that cost this much, do you think that's something that they're spending on other designers' clothes? They're not. These wealthy people they only step out and do things like that for major events when they definitely want to show off. On a day-to-day basis, these people are walking around with labelless clothes. Okay, they're not trying to impress you.
Yeah.
They
Amen.
already
That's right, Darlene.
they already have the items that they wish to have that they probably always wanted. They've already placed themselves in a position. But here we are, us. We're out here trying to be in that position, and we haven't
Uh,
done what they've done to be in those positions.
Nothing. And not only that, too, Taz, there is a thing, just what you said, you're in marketing. So if I send Taz, I saw this during the pandemic time when everybody was sending out the boxes of their products. So I saw P. Diddy send a box, this his Ciroc box. I saw that everybody got the Beyonce box with the Ivy Adidas stuff. I saw,
Mhm.
Rihanna and Cardi B. So I saw that they sent products for people, to have on. So that's another thing that we got to start realizing that these celebrities, if you and I hit it big right now, somebody's going to send me something and say, Nikki, put that on. I laugh all the time because I say, I wear a size 16 in shoe. And the only place I can find my shoes at is one store online. But soon as I hit it big, everybody gonna make me a 16
Mhm.
so that I can be able to promote for all the other young ladies in the world that's having the same 16 heel issue. Yeah,
Right. So I think that is a pandemic as well. Just
yes,
the mindset that many of us have when it comes to uh, building wealth versus looking like wealth. And a lot of this stuff is not even real. A
ooh,
lot of it's not real. Like Trump would say, it's fake news. So you have to be real with yourself.
yeah,
We need to see more of that, people being real with themselves, and we also need to really, really have a coming to Jesus moment when it comes to
yeah,
understanding what this how detrimental this is to the little ones that are watching.
yeah. So
you know
the rock bottom moment. How
Mhm.
does that look for those persons? Because, like you said, life teaches you well, and if you got to hit the rock bottom, what is it that you feel as if would happen with that rock bottom moment for that person?
I mean, reality sets in at that point. Reality sets in when you're sitting around
Yeah.
and you have kids and you're wondering what you could have done different in life
Ooh,
before this moment. What could I do now? What? And you calling and you're placing this anger in the wrong places.
yeah.
You're blaming somebody for not doing something. You're blaming the
Mm,
government. You're blaming everybody that you can think to blame. You blame your parents for them not having you in a position. You blame white people for holding you back for so many years. You blame Mexicans or Hispanics for, coming, or any other foreigners for coming here and taking all the jobs. You just start blaming
Just blaming folks.
everybody. You
Mm.
blame the dog, the cat, the poor little birds outside. You just blaming everybody and everything.
But how do you get that accountability to them? Let look. How do we get these people accountable? When does the throwing blame around comes? Now it's your problem. Like, no, you did it. So how do you get them to that place,
It
Taz?
takes
Because I'm just really trying to see how can we really start getting these people accountable. And when I say these people, I'm talking about those who are living, like you said, in the la la land of their thinkings. And it's like, you're not seeing reality. You don't see what
so
I see.
So we teach them. We turn them into teachable
Cool.
moments, and
Yeah.
people who do have the patience and the strength to teach it into people. It's hard to teach people that feel like they know everything,
Uh,
but you have to break them down. You have to break them down and show them, because everybody can learn as long as they, still have breath in their body. You have to show them. But what I'm finding out is people really don't receive the information, at this type of information. They don't receive it until they feel like you're already living this high and mighty lifestyle that they want. They can't wrap their mind around the fact that how you go talk about money and investing to me if you're not driving a Bentley, or if
oh
you're
my
not,
God. I
so
said that.
people are so shallow minded when it comes to this subject. They won't ever question how you got the red bottoms.
Oh, please preach that message.
But if you're trying to teach people how they can earn more money and put more money away, and have money compounding for you for the next several years, they want to see how well,
It ain't true. That ain't real. That's a scheme. That's a scam.
everything is a scam. Not the red bottom's not a scam. Not all this other stuff is a scam. But
Not the red bottoms that don't stay red at the bottom.
you know, I'm just teasing, because I don't have lucky, and I don't have nothing against red bottoms. I don't have none, and I don't want none. But at the end of the day, I'm just using that as an example,
Yeah.
because people will spend money on things that they're not getting a return on their interest. I mean, on their what they spent. That's
Because
one purpose.
because the events that I saw, I talk about this all the time, where people are going to these events where they'll start off any kind of money conference or come be, the big coaching thing is now. I'm like, I laugh because I'm like, I've been a certified life coach before it was a popular thing. And, my whole take of it is that it's not just something to be doing. It's really seriously something that you have to be called to do, because life coaching is just what it says. You're helping people strategize through their lives to win. That's what a coach does. So, um, in those kind of situations where people are showing, like Taz, she started out here working 5 jobs, but now Taz is a multi-mogul. Well, and she's now making 3 and 4 millions of dollars a day. And so it's like, okay, but sign up for $9.99 and she can tell you.
So the reality of all of that is, there are so many different ways that you can invest. There's so many different ways. The
Yeah.
thing about what I'm currently involved in with the crypto, the investing, the trading, the wealth building, it is so many ways to skin that cat. You have to figure out what works best for you. So
Okay.
in a way, it almost has to be like a consultation, consult with these people, find out what it is that they have, and
Okay.
find out what level of investment they can actually commit to, and help them to understand that whatever your commitment is, that's not something that you're paying to me. Because I feel like people have a bigger issue when they feel like they're doing something that's going to benefit me.
Mm. Come on now. You're going into support areas. Let's go.
Right. So while support is necessary, and in order for all of us to grow, just like let's take the stock market for example. How big do you think stocks will be if only one or two people are investing in it?
Oh,
It's not going to shoot stocks through the roof.
no.
Stocks are only valuable when it's a multitude of people involved in it.
Right.
Do you see people questioning that strategy? No, they're investing in stocks
And
in
you
total.
should.
You know, you find out again. That takes me back here. You find out which stock is most interesting to you. You find out which level of investment you're trying to make into that stock. What are your possible you do your research and your due diligence on that particular stock. Is this going to be a good one for me to invest in?
Mm.
If you don't know much about stocks and don't know how to do the research, technology is so amazing right now.
Yes, it
There's
is.
certain types of technologies that will help you figure that out with the algorithms and the things that they already, search for and compile certain stocks and just say, hey, deposit this dollar amount every week, and we'll make sure we invest into the proper stocks that fit your budget. And so it really is the same thing across the board. Crypto is very much like that same strategy. People are just
Okay.
not. Oh, my battery went dead. I'm sorry.
So
So my
it's the digital. It's the digital money. It's the
right,
new digital money that's going through. And so introduce that to the people today. Just an intro of really pretty much of, because I'm seeing now that those machines are coming into different stores, locations. I have the crypto machine. There are so many places where they're offering an opportunity for you to be able to do it. The Bitcoin and all of those different programs are coming up. So let's talk about the introductory of how that's going to look, because I do believe the education part of it is important, so that when it is like boom dropped on you, you won't be so overwhelmed.
right. Which is that part. What you just stated is the main reason why everybody should be more focused on this particular type of investment strategy, because
Hmm.
um, we don't know. What we do know is things are changing.
Hmm.
We do know that. I mean, we do hear that on the news, and we have for the past several years been
Yeah.
hearing about this global reset, this global, new world order reset situation. So the better thing to do would be to try to find out this information,
Hmm.
get interested and understand that whether you do it voluntarily or involuntarily, what you choose not to learn about is not going to stop the world from making the changes that it is already in the process of making.
Yeah.
So this is the best time to start being educated about crypto, and this is available. I have to say this because again, we spend a
It's
lot of
available.
time we spend a lot of time in the area of blaming people for our lack of knowledge and our lack of uh, things that we acquire in life.
Yep.
You know, everybody wants 40 acres and a mule. I get
Ooh.
that. I get it. If that's due to us, then by all means, give it to us. But at the end of the day, this is an equal playing field right here. We're
Yeah.
not we're not back in the slavery days where certain people wasn't allowed or afforded the ability to get an education. We're no longer in that space. We're
Yeah.
not in a space where things are segregated to the point to where certain crypto knowledge is available to, a certain group of people, and the other ones you got to get it how you live. We're not in that space anymore. And
And that's good.
while we wait for reparations to happen, we need to be also planning our move forward. Since we
Mm.
are at this equal playing field, you can learn crypto, you can learn crypto, you learn crypto, crypto for everybody. Learn it. It's available at your fingertips. Now, if you are struggling learning how to understand the language of crypto, then there's people like myself and my business partner with H.E.R Solutions. We are a solution, or we are an option, because we educate people on understanding crypto from start to finish. Am I a millionaire with crypto? No, I am not a millionaire with crypto, but am I on track? Am I positioning myself to where I need to be in order for my personal investments to develop into potential millionaire status when everything does happen with crypto? Yes,
Hmm.
by all means. I will be totally you know, at a disadvantage. I will be totally doing a disservice to myself and my family if I do not take heed to what's being publicly stated. You hear it in the news all the time.
Hmm.
You hear this in the news all the time, and there are countries out there that are already doing this digital currency system. It's
Hmm.
already implemented in other places, and history repeats itself. So as we know that once one place does something and it
Yep.
works there, then another place is going to do that.
Yep.
They're going to follow whatever the strategy was that worked at that place, and eventually, boom, you're going to find yourself having to purchase deodorant with cryptocurrency, or some form of digital US dollar
Yeah.
only.
Because you see
And
how they did the coins. You see how they did the change. They really pretty much tried to figure out how can they do away with the change.
if
The
I could have
change,
paid,
the change shortage. We short on little coins, but
if I could have paid Bitcoin to daycare back in the day, I would have loved to been able to pay your
baby,
day.
listen. It would have been listen. I know it would
Okay.
have been a really big thing going on because again, that's what it is. I mean, yeah, that was one of our major things to say was cash. And even with that, just what you said, even with that, the payment formats of how we're taking forms of payment now, it's happening right now before your eyes. How you literally can go on an app and make a payment.
Yes,
So
it's
that
all.
right there alone is a sign that yes, we're changing how we do our currencies.
So the big thing about the cryptocurrency deal is it's great right now because it's not regulated. This
Okay.
is one of the things that the government has not yet regulated. Okay, so the special thing about investing in crypto and digital currencies and trading it is because, and we're so used to accustomed to dealing with traditional banking systems.
Okay.
But once you understand how crypto works, you also understand that you actually become a bank. The way that you place your money in an investment facility, which in this terms will be the blockchain. It's digital. It allows you to create a transaction that is secure and unchanging. And you are able to earn profits on based on what crypto you're purchasing, if it's valued at a certain rate when you purchase it, and it increases while
Okay.
you have it. Now you just grew your money. It's almost like putting your money in a checking account that bears interest, or a savings account a certificate of deposit or a money market account or whatever those bank products are that are interest bearing, is like putting your money
Hmm.
there and eventually getting some cents on it eventually. The
Okay.
only problem with that is
Because
by
that's what I was
cutting
gonna ask. I was gonna ask that. So how fast is the return back, or how does it work with being able to utilize it? Because that's one of the things that that people want to know. How fast can I use this?
you can use it as fast as you like because it's different ways that you can deal with crypto. If you're going to be trading it, then you're
Okay.
going to be doing what the banks are doing. They're trading they're trading our money that we put in those banks. They're trading that with foreign currencies and they're profiting off of that.
Hmm.
And meanwhile, our money is in a checking account. Many of our, much of our money is just sitting in a checking account. However, we're not earning any interest on that, but the bank is earning interest on the money that we all are putting in the banks
Yep.
because they're trading it with foreign currencies and then they are profiting and their bank is becoming more and more wealthy
Right.
by doing that. Now, if you are trading your money with other foreign currencies with crypto,
Hmm.
then as soon as you notice the profit, you can then put that back over to your Bitcoin or USDT coin or whatever coin that you want to trade it with. You get the profit,
Okay.
and then you bring it back. If you are
Oh,
looking for a long-term investments, then you put your money and if you feel that from your research or study in the market that you feel like Bitcoin is going to go down, but it's going to go back up also, then you hold your money. You
okay.
hold your in Bitcoin, or I'm just saying Bitcoin, but you really it's thousands of different cryptocurrencies that you can invest in. So you decide if you're going to keep your money for long term and look for long term growth in there, or you decide if you're going to switch and flop between different cryptocurrencies. You get the profit and then you pull it out, and then you notice another
Uh-huh.
one. You purchase that when it's low. When it increases, you pull it out, and now you are a trader. You are a crypto
Okay.
trader. There are traders and there are investors.
Okay.
When you invest, you're going to leave it in there for the profit for a future date. When you are trading, you're not looking to be in the market that long. You're only looking for a profit.
Mm.
And
So
so
when you're doing it, you said there's various places. Hey, Alicia Carter, how are you? We're talking with Taz Stansberry, who is giving us this wealth of knowledge today. So is this a good place, you guys, to like, tag, and share? And thank you to everyone who is watching. I hope this is really helping because I'm enjoying the conversation about it. So Taz, when you're saying that we can trade between trading versus investors, yes. When you say that we can trade and everything, so is it whereas you can go from different places on the scale? Is it based upon the factors of, okay, I'm looking at it only because I'm at this level this week with this particular place of investment, but then I see that it's kind of dwindling down. So is there like a particular date of trading, or is it just you trade at your own leisure time?
right. So again, this digital market is much like the stock market.
Okay.
It's not going to stop. It's going to do like this all day, every day. When the market opens, it's going to be doing this until it closes. So you get the knowledge when you start understanding and decide that you want to get educated through a platform. You'll start learning when to get in the market, when to take your money out. You'll start learning these trading techniques. And so you'll know what to look for, and you'll know, you'll also, with these trading platforms, be able to set stop losses to a certain point to where if it reaches a certain point, it automatically pulls you out of the trade.
Okay.
So if you can project where that market is going, and you feel like once it get a certain number of minutes in, and you feel like the charts are showing you by the trend that it's setting, that is going in a downward trend or a trend beyond your projection, then you set your stop loss and you're like, take me out at this time. I don't want to lose. Or as anything else, you might lose some, you might win some, but if you're educated, if you're educating yourself properly and placing yourself in a space with other individuals that are able to assist, then you will know. That's why you got to get in the space so that you can be
Yeah.
surrounded by other professionals and other people. One thing in particular, the trading platform that my company trades on is equipped with expert traders who have already gained millions in the market from trading, and they actually study the markets to the point to where they develop certain techniques, and they actually have it there available for you. For people who come onto the platform, you can trade along with them. So
Mhm.
that's like, when you start a new job and you have somebody that you're
Training. Yeah, that's how I've been saying. It's like a training place. It's training ground.
right.
Definitely. So tell me this here, Taz. So here it is. How do we get the people there? Like real reality, real greatness, like folks that ain't even interested in money to that degree. How do you really seriously bring this great idea, real reality, and opportunity of education? How do you bring that to them? You know, like how do you really seriously encourage that person that feels as if, because a lot of times I know that when a person walks into a space and they see, like you said, you're talking about experts who are doing this. Um, one thing I know about is the multi-level marketing things, right? People get nerved up about it, right? So how do you really present this educational opportunity to people, especially in that place of they don't have much? Because like we just talked about, reality for some is that I'll get in it when I get to my $1,000 level. So I can feel better. But how do you really seriously get that person that's saying, first of all, I'm not knowledgeable about how money works. And also, I only got $1 that I want to put on the table to lose in my reality. So how do you get that person educated there?
So there are a number of levels to where a person can enter the market. Now,
Yeah,
realistically,
see, look at that. She say, that's what Alicia's saying. I know nothing about it, so I
that's
am
okay.
nervous about it. Okay, see,
That is
there we go. That's
okay.
that's what
I
I'm talking
was,
about. See, we're real over here, girl. I
yeah,
told you.
I was also in that space to where, everybody starts somewhere. When you started your first job, had you worked that first job before?
Oh no. It was at
Okay.
Astroworld, child. No. I ain't never punched a button in my life.
You get in there, you get the position, and you start learning how to function in that space. And everything requires, some time. They don't just put you on a job and don't train you.
Well, you-
So most places, most most places at
back
least
in
have.
the day, I'm old school. Back in the day they used to train. Now today, it depends on, and I come from childcare. If we catch you on a good day, if you know how to hold the baby without dropping them, you may not at
No,
Miss Nikki's center though, but at some centers, if you breathing with a pulse, they will let you. Nevertheless, go on.
I will say this, because this is a very open market, if you will.
Okay.
And as I said, there's places like, if you don't have the minimum requirement to participate on the platform that has it laid out for you, like
Yeah.
literally laid out for you, ABC 1, 2, 3. If you don't have the minimum for that, people are notorious for, looking stuff up on YouTube as a point of reference. And
Yes.
there are people making videos about basic crypto trading. If you just want to just get some terminology down, or if you want to just understand how to set an account up, a digital wallet, that stuff is readily available to you. Now, as you know,
That's
you said
good.
most people are scamming. Take the information that you feel like is most valuable to you, save up a few more coins, and get into a safe place to where you can invest. Exactly. YouTube is a good place to,
Yes.
as a point of reference to get started. But if you have trust issues and you don't want to just be following any old body on YouTube, that's the purpose for the platforms, because these things are vetted, and they are, established to a point where it's really a functioning business.
Yeah.
And, they have a great deal to lose by scamming
Right.
somebody, as opposed to an individual on YouTube that
Yeah.
can just, lead you down the wrong path. So you have to definitely be selective in where you choose to get your education from,
That's
and you
good.
definitely need to be proactive about researching things on Google as well, because the information is there. And if you are not comfortable with what you're receiving from these places, then get together with someone like myself
Yes.
and ask questions. Write your questions down, ask your questions, because I'm in a business of genuinely helping people.
Yes.
And I'm passionate about that.
And that's why you're here, because again, you guys know how we do here at Simply Her Movement. And y'all know how we do on our show. We bring people that are going to empower the community, who's going to really seriously give us resources that can help us get better, instead of coming in and just, trying to get options on the platform, go up and down. No, we want to be able to really seriously, where you're here, you can get what you need, the introductory of it, and then follow up more with Taz and her amazing company, so that, like what she said, you can be connected on the platform to learn how to seriously do this business. And the reason for that is because this is going to be something that will be coming to us soon.
Absolutely.
And I
And
always talk about the Noah effect. I talk about Noah. Hey, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. So you better be ready. Where's your umbrellas?
people are going to
Yeah,
be prepared? Who's going to be prepared? And that's what it's all about. Preparation. And so if you have to set aside some time, it takes sacrifice. As I said, it's not the glamorous thing that gets you all excited.
yeah,
Not just the regular, person that just not interested in this type of thing. But it will get you excited once you know what you know. Now that's all that you want to focus on, because you understand that, investing, the power of investing, if you will, you
yeah.
become to understand that, and you see that it is actually beneficial to you. And
And I'm a believer too, Taz. I'm a believer that you may not have the most of that interest in your world, but it does have a place in your world. It
yes,
may not be something where, like you said, okay, money, numbers, math, connecting dots, that may not be your big thing, but it has something to do with what you do in life every day,
every single
which it
day.
really does make some difference of what it is. And if you just find yourself into that place and get that knowledge, it's another conversation piece that you have to add on if you do meet someone who's very passionate about it.
Absolutely. And Ms. Nikki, we break this down a little bit more. It's kind of difficult for me to go into the meat and potatoes of the program, but we
Mhm.
do offer Zoom calls on a weekly
That's what I was
basis.
getting ready to say. And do you guys have some? Let's talk about what it is that you have on your platform to really seriously draw the people in and get them that space and create that safe space to be able to feel good. So, what is it that you guys are doing?
So basically, as I said, I am big on diversification. I diversify my investments. So I'm not just in one space.
Yeah.
As TNR Solutions. So it with TNR Solutions, we test out different investment spaces and understand them ourselves. That and those that we know or have proven results from,
Mhm.
then we share those investment strategies with people who do come and connect with TNR Solutions, and those range from either $9 investment as being the minimum, $20 investment, $125, $99. They each have a different criteria, but there is a wide range of opportunities that are there for you. So that's why I said you decide what's comfortable for you and where you'd like to start.
So is
Now,
that based upon a monthly base or weekly? How does that money sound?
right. So with these different amounts that I just mentioned, those are all different platforms. So that would be the $9 would be your initial investment. That's just requires a minimum of $9. So set aside $1 a day if you need to, and then when you get your $9, you can take advantage of this platform, which is absolutely amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite platforms that I invest in because you earn daily. You earn money daily on this platform. I
And
don't know who.
that's with the $9 a day.
That's what the minimum. It's not. No, that's the minimum to invest on that
Oh, your
platform.
initial. Yeah,
Right.
okay. I want to make sure I'm getting it right. So okay.
Yeah.
So
And
and see right there, that's something that someone wants to know.
right.
And as the 125, if you feel like, hey, I'm ready at the big level, because again, we not just sitting here with no small time people. Like Taz just said, we have a big diversity here on our platform. So somebody may be like, well, I'm beyond $9. I
Exactly.
am an investor. I like to come up, and I'm listening and I want to do the 125. I'm really into this. So again, yes, definitely.
Right. So with that platform, it does require you to have a $15 per month server that you would pay in order for the server to run 24 hours a day in order for your money to grow daily. So that is paired with it's $9 minimum to invest on there, but you do have to purchase the separate server to connect to your computer so that it allows that program to work for you around the clock, 24 hours a day. And I think that's definitely worth the investment of earning money
Yeah.
daily.
Yeah.
So, and what that looks like in terms of what the potential to make on that particular platform, based on that's just a minimum. Now, you can do more if you like. So based on your investment and how often you can add to it as often as you like, you can
Hmm.
definitely earn within a few $1,000s within a couple of weeks because your
Oh,
money
that's
is
good.
compounding daily
Hmm.
based on your balance. As
Yeah.
your balance grows, the system automatically takes what's on your balance and trades it every 2 hours for 24 hours a day. And each
Mm.
time your balance is going to continue to grow. Every 2 hours, your balance is going to grow, whether it grows by cents or dollars, it's still growing. So your overall
Yeah.
balance is going to continue to be higher. And as you trade with a higher balance, your daily earnings are going to continue to increase. So I love that platform. That's definitely one of those platforms that I would do a Zoom call and break down how you would sign up for it and share the screen so you can kind of see how it works. You just kind
Hmm.
of put the visual to it so you can see it actually working as you're doing the presentation. You're seeing the numbers change. So that's one platform. There's a platform that with a minimum of $20. This one is
Hmm.
oil based. It is investing in oil. We all know that oil is a
Yes,
commodity.
it's a high commodity right now.
Yeah, so
Woo.
it's called the Solar Oil Project, and I'm happy. I mean, a lot of people at the gas pump be cussing at the gas pump, but when I see high gas prices, I know that my back office looking right. So that's one of those things. That's mindset, though, Miss Nikki. It's
Yep,
mindset because you have to develop the mindset of if there's a disaster all around, what can I be doing to offset it?
absolutely. Yep,
So if gas prices are going up, I'm going to purchase oil
yeah,
since there is opportunities for that at minimum $20.
yeah,
Is it worth me sacrificing $20? Yes, it is.
absolutely. And
Because
when gas is at $4.25, absolutely. And
exactly.
it's not
So
even it's not even summertime yet.
exactly. So this is another platform. It's called a Solar Oil Project. You purchase contracts to replace current oil pumps. Those rigs that we've been seeing from black and white photos.
Yeah,
Before,
right,
where
right.
generations of individuals became wealthy because they were born into a family that were oil owners.
Yes.
Okay, so in today's time, those are now antiquated. They are breaking down. They are not functioning as properly as they should be. They're not as productive as they used to be. They're slower pumping. Some
Hmm.
just are abandoned, but there's still oil down in the ground. But these things cost millions and millions of dollars to repair.
Mm.
So they have come out with the environmentally friendly effort to replace those big pumps and replace it with a small little solar panel and have it to be solar operated.
Yeah.
So what happens is now you're taking these abandoned oil rigs that are no longer pumping oil, you're replacing it with a solar powered pump, and now it's back pumping oil. And it didn't cost that much to install.
because
So,
because it's something that's already in motion
right. So
from
that's like taking solar panels and putting them on your roof. And
right.
now you're saving energy, it's more environmental friendly, all kind of things. So with the oil being replaced with solar pumps, it's going to eliminate manpower. Is going to eliminate workers having to go there. So now you and I have an opportunity to invest at minimum $20 to replace that pump. I'll put in and invest in replacing that particular pump with the solar pump, and now when it starts producing, I'm earning money off the production of that particular well.
Just that simple. Yeah,
Just
Alicia said she worked at Slumbergers and she needs to check her stock in the company. Absolutely.
Yes. So this particular company, it is not publicly traded. This is a blockchain type of thing. So it is
Okay.
not regulated. It's another one of those things where you invest and it records your transaction on the blockchain. So there's no person interfering or controlling or manipulating your investment. The
So it's
blockchain
currently happening. It's happening. It's happening generally.
is happening by itself while you sleep and everything. So you can purchase as many contracts as you want. You can purchase them for $20, or you can purchase them for 50, 100,000, however much money you would like to invest into a particular contract. You can buy one contract for that amount, or you can buy multiple contracts for that amount over a period of time. So what I like to do is I have my kids, or they own oil right now because they have contracts on that have been purchased on the blockchain for this project. And so as the price of oil goes up, so does the expected amount of return on each of those contracts.
Because I was
So
gonna ask that. I was gonna ask, is this something that you can include with your family, your children? How does this work as far as your children are concerned? I was just getting ready to ask that question. Like, how do
yeah,
you include your kids in this?
Yes, ma'am. So we have people that will set up checking accounts and for their kids or savings accounts where you're earning 0.015% on
Right.
a, and by the time they turn 45, they got $10 in that account. but
Listen.
but now you have an opportunity to invest in something and you're not dealing with a bank. So anytime you're going to be dealing with a bank, and I'm not discouraging anybody from having an account with the bank, you definitely want to keep a traditional bank account for daily use, if you will. But if you're really smart about investing, and let me just stop and say this because I failed to say this at the beginning of the call, I am not your financial advisor.
Right.
I'm by no means a financial advisor. If you want any further information about any information I'm sharing with you, I encourage you to speak to your accountant or your financial manager or anything of that nature. I am explaining to you that there are opportunities out here to make money on a very large scale. Now that we've gotten that out the way,
Absolutely.
Taz
But
told
she can
me
make you beautiful while you're doing it, though.
Taz told me to invest my life savings in the solar oil project. No, she didn't, honey.
That is not what she said. Roll back that mean.
So, what I'm saying, guys, is that these are new things that are coming out that are creating opportunities because we said this
Absolutely.
already. Things are changing,
They are.
technology is evolving. You know, the especially in the digital world, you get
Yeah.
involved in all these money making endeavors, and these are just a few of them. And I wouldn't dare be expressing this to this degree if I wasn't involved myself.
Yeah.
So I, like I said, we test things out first before we even part lips about how great it is. So from my own experience, I have several contracts with the Solar Project for future. That's my long term plan, Miss Nikki. So if I'm looking for something to retire with, if I want to make sure that my kids have college savings so that they won't have to take out any loans, or if
Yeah.
they choose not to go to college and they prefer to start them a business, or if they just want to, you know,
Yeah.
however, whatever decisions are being made during the time when they grow up, they'll be prepared. That's what the Solar Art Project is good for because these contracts are locked in for at least 10 years at this time. So you're purchasing these contracts. It allows 10 years for that particular oil well to produce
Okay.
and gain enough interest over a 10-year period of time. So when you're cashing out on these things in 10 years, you're just sitting back collecting checks for the probably for the rest of your life. And you're
Yeah. At
creating,
that point, at that
yeah,
point right there, yes, ma'am. That sounds good.
yeah,
To be
you're
able to
you're
just collect.
yeah, you're creating generational wealth. Your kids, your family is fine. Is secure. And so that's just a solo project. And like I said,
Yeah, Alicia, this is good.
there are several other platforms that function on the blockchain and functions, with minimal investments. The platform that teaches you how to trade is more so like a university. Like imagine yourself going to online school, taking up courses online. You're going to pay the monthly recurring charge. Now, the Solar Art Project, that's free. You can set up an account today for free. You don't have to pay for that. Only thing that you're going to do is whenever you're ready to make your minimum investment of $20, you'll go in and purchase a contract. Okay, there's no recurring charges for that at all. The trading
Yeah.
platform, I'll definitely get that information to Miss Nikki to share with everybody.
Yes.
And then
Absolutely.
whoever's interested, I'll be more than glad to set up a Zoom call and
So that's what I
invite.
was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to lead right into that and say, okay, so Taz, let's really seriously get your information to the people, let them know because If you have a question, you guys, if y'all have a question, put your question in the comment section. Yes, this is definitely something we need insight about. Absolutely. This stuff is the other people have been doing it for years. You're so
And
right, Alicia. And Alicia Carter is the strategist. She loves great information as well to give out information to her community as well. And so definitely you guys, this is something that we need to share because it's what's happening in our world today. This is where
exactly.
we are.
And Miss
You
Nikki,
know,
you asked, how do we go about doing this? How do we get them interested? This is how we get them interested. I'm speaking to you and the guests that are here on the call today because it's going to take us as a community of
yes,
individuals to pass this information along because that's where we had a break in responsibility when we were coming up. There were some people who did not teach us how to invest. There were some people that didn't talk to us about life insurance policies and how we can create wealth off of life insurance policies.
yes,
That is also another thing that we do at TNR Solutions. We can get you set up with life insurance policies. But I know my grandparents had a life insurance policy. I know that they did because I was old enough when they passed away to know that they had life insurance policies. But I never learned about life insurance policies until
yeah.
I was an adult. And so now it is my responsibility to teach my children about
Thank you
life
for
insurance
sharing, Alicia.
policies and others as well who may not know. Okay, so
And that's the
we'll
importance of it.
right. It's up to us to share this information and to get people interested. And those who have ears to listen will receive it. Those who have to bump
Wow.
their head a million times before they
Ooh,
see, then they'll just be the last ones to get up to catch the ship or miss it. Who wants to wait that late to get on board? Who
well,
wants to be caught in a situation to where they don't have an option?
because they cannot say they did not have a platform here at the Simply Her Empowerment Connection show. They cannot lie and say Miss Nikki did not provide a platform for them to get that. So that's one of the reasons why we provide great resources like what Taz is speaking of, because we want to make sure you're well rounded with opportunities to have the introductory. If you do nothing else, you guys, but just have the introductory conversation there. So Taz, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna let you do what you do best. First of all, before we do that, let's toss it over for a second. Talk to the people because everybody always asks, how does Taz do it? How does Taz get Miss Nikki all glammed, all looking good when it's time to go out to the world? So gonna let the people know the insight on also how can they talk to you about beauty and give a beauty tip, because I'm not a bad client. I do some of the stuff y'all ask. It just big shouts out to Sid and Taz. They do their very best to it takes a village to take care of Miss Nikki. So
And we don't mind because you've been the
look,
village.
there's Sid with prayer live.
Yes.
Yes, Alicia,
So
investments are necessary. Absolutely.
absolutely. So, um, my contact information is available via it's Instagram, Facebook. If anybody wants a consultation as far as beauty tips, makeup tips, I mean, whatever. If there's any questions right now in the chat, I can.
Please put your questions down.
Yeah, I mean that makeup and hair. That's just something that like I said, from middle school, high school, college, I never stopped. It's something that always was with me, so I do that out of passion, out of love, because I just love. Um, I get a great feeling out of seeing people transform into butterflies.
Wow.
It makes me feel amazing that I had a part in that. So, I really, really take pleasure into being, and I know for myself, I've dealt with, moments in my life where I just, didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel like I was myself. And getting a makeover or getting, doing something, as simple as getting your eyebrows shaped properly, or lashes, or just putting a decent makeup, face makeup on. Makeover. That's what it helps. It helps to get me feeling, I
Yeah,
am that chick. I am
it
her.
does. It does. It brings a whole different person out. And I
Yeah.
love what you did that year when you celebrated the mothers. That was a beautiful, beautiful event. I think you really should bring that back because
Well,
that was something so beautiful.
a really good friend of mine from high school was doing that every year for Mother's Day. And shout out to Crystal Gidrish West. She lost her mother, unfortunately. That's who was responsible for that Mother's Day
Yeah.
event year after year. And we participated from the time that she told me that she was going to start that until the very last one that she did. And I believe that's the one that you participated in. So
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough. You came through for me. You came through.
Listen, listen. I was so honored. That was so beautiful. Definitely.
Yeah.
Alicia has a question. She says, did you say we can buy stocks in our children's names?
So I did not say stocks, but what I did say is if you're interested in the oil, okay, if you're interested in the solar oil project, yes, you can do that in your children's name. And it is going to be something that's locked in for 10 years. The only risk factor that is involved is if oil goes away and never is used again. As long as oil is being used and a commodity, then oil, making money with oil is always going to be an option. And so there's no real risk there. As I stated, when you purchase a contract, it is recorded on the blockchain. The blockchain is definitely something that is fixed directly with the creator of the transaction. So there's no middle people involved, when that's going on. So there's no way that anybody can hack and access your contracts or your children's contracts.
That's good. She said, what are some of the risk factors for investing on these platforms?
Um, Many of the platforms function the same. You have a dashboard that you are that you can see in real time. It's going to be showing you the rates as they fluctuate. Everything is very transparent, and that's what I love about the platforms, because there's a wealth of information. There's no guessing, as to what's going on. And each of these platforms have um, educational videos that you can just kind of, if you need to see how to take your money out, if you want to know how to transfer, all of the frequently asked questions and things are available there. And that is a part of the presentation that I provide when we do the Zoom call. But each platform is totally different. Now, the ones that are strictly based on crypto, of course, there's nothing guaranteed in the crypto market. As we can see, I don't know if you've been aware that Bitcoin has reached one of its all-time lows at this time right now. That's not very scary for me. That might be scary for someone who's not heavily involved in the markets, because one of the rules of becoming a trader is to identify when is the best time to invest. And so one of the rules of thumbs is to know that you invest when the price is low rather than when it's high, because you want to
Absolutely.
make space to grow with it as it increases. That's where your profit is going to come from. The lower
Mhm.
that it is and the higher that it reaches, what's in between is all for you, baby.
Yes.
So it doesn't frighten me, the fact that the Bitcoin and the other coins are down now. It's just a trend that the market is experiencing right now. But we do know that what goes up goes down, eventually comes up, and what
It's
goes
gonna
up
come
eventually
up.
goes down. That's where these platforms are important, because you you get the education, you erase the fear factor, and you understand when it's okay to trade. I pulled my money out of Bitcoin because I didn't want to go down with the trend. So I took my
Okay.
money out of Bitcoin and I placed it in a stable coin so that when Bitcoin is on the trend going back up, I will then take my money out the stable coin, place it back in Bitcoin, and catch the roller coaster ride up. So you learn some of those. Yes, absolutely. Buy low and sell high. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. Okay. So she says that's where the major increase comes in. Absolutely. So that is good. Like we have stock into Coach and Kate Spade. Please continue to buy Coach, Kate Spade, and Nikes. We really truly appreciate you guys. This summer, parents, take your kids to the store. I always love to tell people that. Please keep buying the Jordans. It makes me smile.
Exactly.
Because the thing of it is that you're helping my children. And yes, Alicia, you can buy stock for your kids in the regular stock market, but I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I know you can buy some. I know you can buy some. Oh yes, ma'am, you sure can. I have stock in
So
GE, absolutely, in
since
General Electric. Yes, ma'am.
since since she did mention the kids, I almost forgot to mention that if any of you have Acorns account, that is a great place to start investments for kids. I would
Mhm.
love to be able to send you my link because they do oftentimes, do this referral thing where if you refer people and they start their Acorns accounts, then I would receive a certain type of addition to my investments that I have with Acorn. So they kind of give you incentives. Like if you
Incentives.
share,
That's it. That's right. Sharing it. So tell
right?
me this here, Taz. Let's talk about the importance real quick about importance of supporting our people, supporting African American businesses, and supporting. How important is that? Because we want to definitely make sure we encourage more. And I'm not going to just say our people, small businesses as well, entrepreneurs who are really doing really fair right business. So, how important is that?
I'm so glad that you mentioned this. I didn't know if we were going to get to this question. Robinhood is definitely a good platform for stocks. I'm not that big on stocks. However, with Acorns, I do diversify my investments. I have investments that automatically put my money whatever's performing well. I don't sit down and watch stocks, but there is a capable. You have the ability to set it up like that. Your Acorns account to where if you want them to decide which stocks are the best, then I don't need to see it. Just you know they're the financial advisors that are experts in that area. So um, yeah. So, and I have my kids. They have something for kids as well on there, and both of my kids
Yeah,
have investments on
in
Acorns.
Robinhood
No,
and
Acorns. I
Acorn. Acorn.
Acorns and Robinhood are both investment platforms. So I don't use Robinhood, but I hear that it is good. I use Acorns because it is set up in a way that it. I'm big on automation. I'm
Yeah, I
big on
am
that.
too. Yeah, I know. I know when Coach is doing well. When I see everybody wearing them, I know we're doing well. I know when
Right.
I know when Kate Spades is doing well. When the income tax come in, we do very well. Y'all keep it coming.
I'm really big on, set it and
Oh
forget
yes,
it.
Alicia. If your mom has stock in Disney, she's doing very well right now because they have a brand new introductory to their theme park. So yes, ma'am, baby, check that out. You really got some money over there.
Yeah. So Acorns does stocks, and I have never had a Robinhood account, but being in this space, I've spoken to many people who do, and what is based on whatever you could uh, really utilize very easily. For me, Acorns is easy. It's easy. I only had to set up one thing. I don't really have to go on and trade anything. Yes, check it out. I
Oh yeah,
swear by
they are.
it.
And so again, the supporting, that's important.
Right, the support. So wait a second, Alicia. I'd like to send you my link to support.
Yes, yes.
To
Wait a minute,
support.
she said she need to go get a loan from her mama, girl. Mother, if you're watching, Alicia's coming.
um, Miss Nikki, this is a very powerful subject here
Yeah.
because conversations like this is support right here, what we're doing, and so conversations like this don't happen as often as it should. It's very difficult to get a, a group of ladies together. Yes, ma'am, I will. If you can bear with me to the end of the call, I'll be putting links, in the chats for everything that we talked about today.
Yes,
Or
ma'am,
if you would like,
definitely.
it'll be easier to just leave your email in if there's a chat to leave your email in.
So
So
Alicia, so what we will do is what I usually do is at the end, I'll let you give all your information out. Then you just drop it in there after we finish the show. You just go back over onto the platform. You can go to Simply Her Movement page, our YouTube page, or my personal page and just drop all the information. And of course, you can inbox it and send it to me because I want to make sure that everybody has the connection now to be able to know how they can have these conversations in the safe space because everybody know once you come to Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show, you are truly wonderfully one of our amazing connectors and a resource that we do stamp and approve about. Yeah.
absolutely. I can't wait to show you guys the actual platform so I
Yeah.
can make it make sense. And I'm a visual learner myself. So it'll make more sense once I'm able to connect with you guys on a YouTube call. I'm sorry, on a Zoom call and kind of
Yeah.
show you guys firsthand what you're looking at with these platforms. Back to your question about the support, and I think it's a multifaceted
Absolutely.
thing because we could talk about women supporting women. We can talk about Black women supporting Black women. We can talk about um, culture supporting culture. We can talk about so much when it comes to support. And if I have to be honest, I have to say that we are we are like the not doing a good job at that as women and as
That's true.
natural born nurturers.
Yes.
Everything that we stand for is about support and building and nurturing and growing. That's what we as women are called to do first. So it's a part of our purpose. We have many different purposes for being here, but it is my belief that as a woman, it is our duty to grow and do better and nurture and support. And we have dropped the ball in a major way because I believe we have so much animosity towards one another.
Mhm.
We have so much jealousy and envy and hate towards one another.
Mm.
We are concerned with so many other things that interfere with how great we can be together.
Mm.
And I think if we took some time to spend outside of ourselves, and just understand how powerful we can be as a unit, and practice practice on ways to work
Practice.
together. It is very discouraging sometimes. I've been a supporter. I've been a supporter of the women, and I've been a supporter of the Black business. And when I tell you I've experienced so much disappointment when
Mm.
it comes to us supporting one another and and being there for one another. You know, for the life of me, I can't pinpoint why we can't seem to get it together
Oh,
when so many other people do. So many other cultures and so many other, people have the ability to work together and build and grow and create whatever it is that they need to create. But for some reason, we struggle in that area.
yes, we do.
And we are outnumbered in that regard.
Oh,
We are. So if we want to just be truthful about it, it starts with us. It
starts with
starts
us.
with us.
Oh,
Just,
yeah, yeah.
just make the decision. If you're gonna, I feel like people get so wrapped up and forgive me because I'm a spiritual person and I'm also a person, a cultural person. So when I have these, I focus on energies a lot. I understand when I have a bad energy in my space. I understand when good energy is here, and I need to keep it close. I pay attention to that type of thing.
Mm,
So there's times where I've dealt with business, tried to support a sister's business or
mm,
support black business and all that. But when I don't get a good energy, I don't think it's fair for me to have to commit to this type of support when I'm not receiving what I deserve from supporting it, or if I don't feel like I'm getting out of it. This is not an equal thing. We have to learn how to appreciate when support is there.
And that's exactly, I'm glad you said that because I tell people all the time, and it seems as if to someone else, it seems as if like, oh, she's rude. Oh, she's being mean. She's being ugly. No, I am protecting my peace and what I'm taking in because when I have people in my space, I first am the one who is taking in this information first to see if you're conducive to the platform that I have. So no. And then B, I'm not going to have you out giving information out to people that you don't even believe that information works. And so when when it comes to, and I like what Alicia said here, people will gravitate to those who are popular, hoping they can get acknowledged on their platform so they don't have to work hard. And it's sad. We have to do a heart check before we make connections. Absolutely. No, it's not mean you're just having boundaries, which is the truth. And so I love what you said there. It's the energy. Everybody cannot be on this platform. This season here, we're in our fifth season, Taz. And this season here, God gave me all of you guys' names to put on the show to start it off. And I said, okay, God, I love it. Some I was like, they're not gonna come on my small show. And God said, wait, when did it get small? When did you reduce me? When did I get taken down to small? Because that name there, just what Alicia's saying, you're looking at them to be on a popular stance or they're seeking out to the popular stance. No, ma'am. You ask, they have one or two things they can say, yes or no. But if I told you to put them there, I've already told them where they're headed.
Hmm.
I was like, okay. So, and it's three more ladies that I need to reach out to. I'm working to it. I said, God, give me strength, give me patience, and let me get there. But I say that to say we have to really seriously, just what you said, we have to really seriously be mindful of what we're bringing in because it's important what we're putting out there. If I wanted to be popular, of course, I could have all of this, that, and the third, but then why you just choose that? No, because I want it to be substance that's going to be able to feed people's lives, elevate their lives, push their lives. and really seriously provoke their thinking to a place to say, like this conversation here, oh, it's not popular to you now. But I tell the people all the time, in the replay, it gets very popular. You know why? Because some people cannot face the real facts. Me and I, you're not talking about your money. Money is a difficult conversation to talk about,
Yeah.
but it is a really rewarding conversation to have because although we can't really sit in our real beliefs of what it is at that point, that moment, but we can have some thinking. And today's conversation is something that's going to have people thinking. They're going to watch it, they're going to think about it, and you are going to have people that are going to reach out. Because again, if it's nothing to be nothing but nosy, they want to know how this is working.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do I have to lose? You have some people that are sitting in those stands in those places too. What do I have to lose? You have a lot to lose when you don't acquire the knowledge.
That's
My
right.
people perish because of what? A lack
Lack
of
of knowledge.
knowledge. The sad thing
Absolutely.
is that that shouldn't have to be that way, but people make it hard to support them.
I agree with
I
that
agree.
statement wholeheartedly. I do because, as I stated just now, people have to learn or understand when support is available, and you have to
Yeah,
treat support with a certain amount of respect
yeah,
because that support don't have to be there. It's too many businesses in the world. It's too many, reputable establishments, that's functioning just fine. That you know that when you go there, you're going to get the trusted service that you deserve. And so people don't have to. So when you do get the support from the people that are there for you and with you and pouring into your dream and your vision, you have to learn how to appreciate that thing because we can go right up the street.
yep, yep. That entitlement mentality must go. When
Hmm.
morals and ethics are at the bottom of the list for them, they don't care if they get over on you. Oh, girl, that's it. So, Taz, it's been a wonderful conversation. I need you now to close yourself out with a great close out, motivate, empower, whatever God tells you, whatever it is that you need to do. I want you to give these people something that they can think about and really please make sure you put your handle, your information, and everything so that we are able to keep up with you.
Yes, ma'am. So, guys, first of all, thank you guys who did stick around and listen to the show. And if I hope and I pray that anything that we discussed tonight was something valuable, and that you're leaving this call with some type of value tonight. But it's not the end; it's only the beginning. I appreciate the introduction, and I look forward to really sitting down on a Zoom call, and if at your convenience, I look forward to digging into this a little bit more so that you can actually dive in and see what it is that's going on with your future investment opportunities. I mean, because there is no excuse right now that anybody should be complaining about not having money or not having a way to do this and that because it's too many opportunities that's available right now. you know it is new doors have been opened up. It's only up to you if you're going to walk through that door or if you're going to shut the door and lock it. I'm Taz Stansberry. I'm here to help. I am here to, hold you by the hand and answer whatever questions that you might have so that you can feel more comfortable with making life changing decisions for yourself as well as your family. Your old story does not have to be your new story. If you are not comfortable with investing or money matters or anything, that does not have to be the you going into the future. We all need to be understanding what is going on around us. I do have a wealth of knowledge of investing. I'm not interested in showcasing it with needless things. but I do have information that I can share with each and every one of you that is valuable and that we all need in order to take us through this new coming, the things that are changing and transpiring in this new world. So thank you for having me, Miss Nikki. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll be placing my information below so that you guys can stay connected.
That is amazing. I'm super excited. Thank you so much again, Taz. And I want to publicly say thank you for just really, truly being a real life inspiration into my life. Thank you for all that you do. It's beyond beauty, you guys. It's beyond beauty. You're beyond the beauty mark. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your girls' lives. I really, truly appreciate that. That is so amazing. You know, people walk into your life one particular way, but they walk out of life a whole nother way. And so I say, you came in as a parent, but you left out as family, and that's what it's about. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up again for our guest, Miss Taz. Enjoy your night.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Oh my God, you guys, was that not amazing? Did y'all enjoy that? Oh, wow. See, I keep telling you guys that we're here for the awesome opportunities. That's right. It was awesome, Alicia. It really was. And so, to everyone who came and got a chance to sit in on this conversation, this is not a conversation that we're going to just let it go out the window. No, this is a conversation that, like Taz said, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of us doing and getting all of the knowledge that we need. You guys, life is changing right before your eyes. And why not be involved in the changes? Why not grow and develop more? Why not set your family up, your legacy up for the next level? That's what wealth is about. It's way beyond the factors of having the material things that you need, but it's also about the wisdom, the knowledge, and the know how to really be a big, big change, game changer, a world changer in your life. And so it's great people like Taz that comes along and she's able to really seriously give us something that's going to provoke our thinking. So I hope that everything that happened tonight, you are really truly ready for the next level. Get with Taz. Go head on, learn all that you need to learn. Let's get on those Zoom calls. Let's flood the timelines and let's share this information with someone else. Just like she said, it doesn't matter what level you're on. It's just about making sure you A, have the support, and B, making sure that you do what you have to do to make sure that that change that you need in your life and opportunities are there for you. So let's do what we got to do, you guys. Again, I'm super excited. Next Sunday, we have another amazing guest that's going to come hang out with us. You don't want to miss it. Go on and like, tag, and share the video. Go on and let somebody know that we're here and we're super excited. Thank you to our guests who joined us today. Alicia Carter, the strategist, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much, Miss Darlene, for joining us. Thank you so much, Jerome, our sponsor. Thank you so much, Jerome J&A. Robinson, thank y'all so much. Thank you, Sid the stylist. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. And to all of our other great, amazing guests who came and really seriously supported. Thank you again, Taz, to your IG team. Thank you guys for coming and joining us. Listen, it's not about what I say, it's about how I make you feel. And man, I hope I made you feel some type of way. Y'all have a good night.